What's up, everybody? Brian here for Work to Game. Lots of info to go over today, so let's just jump into it. So today in the world of Final Fantasy XIV, we've had 3 big interviews come out. In a video that I just recently did, we talked about the Famitsu and the Dengake, forgive any mispronunciations there, interviews, which we covered a lot of information. I'll try to include a link to that video if you haven't seen it yet. Here we have the GameWatch interview for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. In it, I think there's a lot of real key information that I wanted to go over regarding the battle system and PvP, the world, the map. It's really exciting, and I really want to share my thoughts on it with you guys right here. Now, the full interview you can find in the link below. It's from GamerEscape. My friends over there do a fantastic job. And here is just a summary of the highlights and my thoughts of that interview as well. So let's just get into it. So in regards to job balance, especially as it relates to Samurai and to Red Mage, they talked about most DPS have support level abilities. Will we see that perhaps with Samurai and with Red Mage? And Yoshi-P kind of highlights a couple of things. We've got the shared role system, which is replacing kind of the class shared actions system. And so we're cross-class, and we have now cross-role. Some of those support abilities could easily fall into that shared role system. Now, no word on whether Samurai or Red Mage have support abilities themselves, but it sounds like that support abilities might find their way into the shared role, and then you can pick and choose from that. That's at least what I'm gathering from it. Regarding tanks, Yoshi-P says he wants to add more merits to get people to play tanks, especially in instance dungeons. I like the term merit. I don't think it means that we're going to see a merit system in 14, but I think the obvious translation and the obvious answer is that maybe we're going to see more bonuses for that role in need. And since that role in need tends to be tanks, maybe we're going to see that increased as well. As to what they'll increase besides XP and Gil, our imaginations can run wild. What would you like to see? Let me know, whether it be tomes, mounts, minions, who knows? Sky's the limit right now. And also they think that Deep Dungeon's going to be very popular. Makes sense because there's no role restrictions, so they can easily see at the start of Stormblood, especially those concerned with long DPS queues, that they could easily go pop into the Deep Dungeon. Now, no word on whether that's going to have any adjustments into how you queue into the Deep Dungeon. Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So now world map time. So they say that there are other aspects to the continent of Othard. The question is basically, how much surface area, how big are these zones? Othard is much larger, especially when you relate that to just the area of Heavensward. So they say that the surface area should be the same as Heavensward, but we've got swimming, we've got diving, and so we've even gotten areas and stuff that they haven't revealed to us yet. So I'm personally hoping for Thavnir. If anybody hasn't noticed it, that's the little area on the world map. In the bottom, it's a trading city with Garlemald and with Eorzea. So I'm hoping that we'll get to see that, but we'll have to wait and see. They also kind of tease, and this is at least the way that I'm reading this and interpreting it, is that we're going to see new areas open up as the patch cycle goes on. This would be a first, and I think very exciting. And I think it kind of makes sense. If certain areas are closed off to us because of certain elements in the story, and then we've cleared whatever that block was, and then we can go into that. Besides the instance dungeons, etc., having these zones open up, I think would be exciting. Especially that gives them obviously more time and more exploration as we go forward. One of the greatest things about the expansion is when you go in, everything's new. And then at some point, everything's, you've been there, you've done that. But adding in new areas over time, that would be really fascinating and exciting. Just my thoughts, no word on it, pure speculation, just my interpretation. So you've seen those birds, or the turtle, and all those little things on the map. They have names. I can't pronounce them, so I'm not going to try. But they're asking, are we going to see those as perhaps primal fights within the 4.x expansion? And Yoshi-P says he's going to let our imaginations run wild for now, but fans of lore are going to find interesting areas when they explore on the world map. So he's not confirming it, he's not denying it, but he is saying that it's going to be interesting as it relates to the world map. So I know that's going to be pretty exciting to see. That world map, again, is one of my highlights that I've already expressed multiple times about Stormblood. And so from a technical perspective, Kugane is going to be one zone. So you've noticed that with all the kind of the major cities, they're kind of split up in 2 zones. This was to help alleviate a lot of the traffic. I honestly think, I wonder if some of it had to deal with the PS3 and the low-grade PC specs, right? But Kugane, one zone, no moving into old Kugane and new Kugane. It's all going to be one big area. This is exciting, and it makes me think that at some point, will they go and update the old cities as well? I don't know. I don't think it's a high priority from that perspective, but it's going to be interesting, and I'm excited to see just that aspect. So what do you guys think? You know, one zone, is it going to be too crowded? With the increased specs and with the increased power, it seems, of these systems and the server architecture that they've talked about, it should be pretty interesting. Okay, and last but not least, Endgame. It's the thing that we all stick around for, especially after the story is concluded. They have confirmed that for the Bend of Time, we're going to see a normal and a savage mode, just like we have it now. However, that they do have something planned for the odd number patches, which they've always kind of lacked that one difficulty, that thing to drive people in those odd number patches for those who have cleared the savage version of the fights. This, I think, is both rewarding and exciting, especially for those endgame raiders always looking for that next level challenge. So I don't know what you guys think about it. I'm not a savage raider, but I'm excited for those who are, especially with that bit of info. Now, they also confirmed that they're going to be making changes to the drop system. A, thank you. B, I hope it's gear. I know maybe people like the current drop system of Alex, but I have not been a fan. I like what they did with the binding coil where you're actually dropping gear, but at the same time that, you know, you can now get these, I guess, tomes that you can turn in for the piece of gear that you're looking for. I don't really care for how they did it with Alex. For me, it was a little bit confusing. You get to know the system, you get to know how to use it, but I just have never been invested in it. I like when gear drops. It gives me more reason to go back and run it and do the fights, etc. Right now, I just need on everything, and if I get something, I get something. If I don't, I'm just moving on. So that's just my personal opinion. What's yours? Do you guys like the loot system of Alex if you've done it? And if you do, let me know why. And if you don't, let me know what would be a better system. All right, PvP time, which has me excited. So they say that there's going to be sweeping changes to PvP. It sounds like they're revamping all of PvP. That's just what I'm gathering from this interview. You make your own decision as well. But because of those changes and because of the new PvP content that they have for Stormblood, that's why they didn't talk about it at the keynote. So it's still coming. They don't think it's going to make 4.0. I think that's okay. There's going to be plenty to do. 4.1, 4.2. That seems to be like probably a really good time to introduce it, especially to make it right. Now, what it is, not going to confirm, but they said that they will let us know before Stormblood drops, which is very exciting to see, so we can kind of get some excitement, as well as whatever these changes are for the current PvP system. All right, so that does it for my highlight summary of the GameWatch Stormblood interview. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a nice thumbs up if you do. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week. My name's Brian, and this is Work the Game, yada, yada, yada. I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully. Until then, take care. Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click here to subscribe, and here to maybe check out some more of our videos. So again, thanks for watching. We hope you like this video. We hope you subscribe and join our community. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and we'll see you next time.